For years, this crossing was pitched as an economic shortcut between Windsor and Detroit. Now, before a single car has driven across it, the fight is political. President Donald Trump is threatening to block the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge unless the United States is, in his words, fully compensated.
The fact that Canada will control what crosses the Gordie Howe Bridge and owns the land on both sides is unacceptable to the president. It's also unacceptable that more of this bridge isn't being built with more American-made materials.
The project was meant to ease congestion at the Ambassador Bridge, the busiest commercial land crossing between the two countries. Planning began more than 2 decades ago, and construction finally started in 2018 after years of political and legal delays. Canada agreed to cover the upfront costs and recover it through tolls once traffic begins. On Truth Social, Trump slammed former President Barack Obama for giving Canada a waiver to get around the Buy America Act.
This is just another example of President Trump putting America's interests first, and so he made that very clear in his call with Prime Minister Carney earlier today.
Mark Carney spoke to reporters earlier today about what was said on that call.
I explained that Canada, of course, paid for the construction of the bridge, over $4 billion, that the ownership is shared between the state of Michigan and the government of Canada. There's Canadian steel, Canadian workers, but also U.S. steel, U.S. workers that are involved. This is a great example of cooperation between our countries.
Canadian officials say the crossing was designed as a shared trade link, not a negotiating tool. The Windsor-Detroit corridor carries a major share of cross-border manufacturing shipments, especially in the auto sector. Ontario Premier Doug Ford also weighing in, saying this isn't a good move with midterm elections coming south of the border.
And the worst thing you could do is hurt the American economy.
Officials in Detroit have been speaking out, including the president and CEO of the Detroit Regional Chamber. Sandy Barua saying that this project is vital to the U.S.-Canada trade relationship and warns blocking it could have economic consequences far beyond Windsor and Detroit. Brandon Rowe, City News.